take care of him. Take care of him. Take care of him. Take care of him. You take care of him.
Take care of him. Sorry.
In a distant future where water is the rarest treasure in the galaxy, a band of misfit space pirates charts a course through a bizarre adventure in the Ice Pirates. After a space pirate named Jason and his ragtag crew get caught attempting to steal ice from the evil Templars' ships who control the galaxy's water supply, they're spared from a grim fate when Princess Karina buys them as her servants, enlisting their help to find her missing father and the legendary Seventh World, rumored to hold abundant water. The film parodies classic sci-fi tropes with elements of swashbuckling adventure. It's like a B-movie of Mad Max in space, filled with campy humor and witty banter.
I don't mean anything by this, but is there any particular reason why he's black?
Sure. I wanted him to be perfect.
We have Robert Urich as our lead Jason, Mary Crosby as Princess Karina, Michael D. Roberts as Roscoe, Ron Perlman as Zeno, and Angelica Houston as Maida. Maybe the Ice Pirates doesn't expand our cinematic horizons, but it sure is fun to watch them fighting space herpes.
Way to go!
Heating duct, damn it.
What was that? A what?
Space herpy.
That's disgusting!
We're not falling for nothing. Cut the garbage and get back to work. Let's get inside! Get out! Get it out! Somebody, please help me! Somebody help me get it out! I gotta open my suit!
In the final frontier, on Jupiter's moon, a deadly secret unfolds, with one man as the lone arbiter of justice against the ultimate enemy in Outland. A federal marshal named William O'Neill, played by Sean Connery, is assigned to a remote mining outpost on one of Jupiter's moons. As he investigates a series of mysterious deaths among the workers, he uncovers a dangerous conspiracy, finding himself marked as the next target. Director Peter Hyams takes a restrained approach to sci-fi, favoring a more tangible and grounded depiction of the future. Rather than relying on flashy gadgets and futuristic concepts, the film's atmosphere is steeped in industrial decay and gritty production design, lending a sense of realism to this sci-fi Western film. The plot of the movie is simple, with not a lot of action, and it bears a striking resemblance to High Noon, but it's Sean Connery's charismatic performance that carries the weight of the entire film, making it enough to warrant a watch.
My man. I man a shit.
When everybody stays silent, the only law on the moon stands not as a hero, but just as a man committed to doing the right thing.
I would like a report of all of these incidents that have happened during the past 6 months. I'd like it really soon, or I might just kick your nasty ass all over this room. That's a martial joke.
What are they doing?
Can't you tell? She's gonna get hungry.
In the heart of a crumbling New York tenement, where dreams are on the brink of demolition, a miraculous intervention from above breathes life into a forgotten corner of the city, in batteries not included. The story is about a group of tenants in an old apartment building in New York City who are facing eviction by a greedy developer. Just as hope seems lost,
Please. Somebody. Help us.
They receive unexpected help from tiny alien machines that appear to be sentient and capable of repairing anything. From the director of Dragon Slayer, Matthew Robbins, and producer Steven Spielberg, this whimsical science fiction tale set in 1980s New York brings forth a heartfelt story, great practical effects and puppetry, and stars two legendary actors, Jessica Tandy and Hume Cronyn. The film tells a charming story with layers, ensuring that the film remains lighthearted for younger audiences with its charming, cute alien machines, while also addressing serious issues that adults will appreciate, making it a great family movie. Even when the walls of our world seem to crumble around us, it is the unexpected sparks of hope and unity that show us that miracles can come from the smallest of places.
Come on.
Hi! You wouldn't happen to know the way to Fort Lauderdale, would you?
Try to make your directions clear because we get lost easy.
Boy!
Hey! Thanks for nothing! Were those geeks, David?
Yes, Max. Those were geeks.
After a young boy named David loses consciousness in the woods near his home, he awakens 8 years into the future without aging a day. Meanwhile, NASA scientists discover a spaceship nearby, seemingly connected to David.
His voice keeps calling. Says something over and over and over.
Directed by Randall Kleiser, known for his movie Grease, the first half of the film is like an episode of The X-Files with a dark, mysterious tone. But the second half, after David meets Max,
You are the Navigator.
our Disney family adventure takes flight with a great musical score by Alan Silvestri. It's a feel-good family movie with a slightly darker tone and great special effects about family, childhood dreams, crushes, and plenty of humor.
Will this thing leak?
Navigator, I do not leak. You leak, remember?
We have Joey Kramer as David, Paul Rubens as the voice of Max,
Compliance.
and also starring Veronica Cartwright and Sarah Jessica Parker. Lost in time and space, the path home is never out of reach, as the bonds of family will always guide us back to our loved ones.
See you later, alligator.
A terror without shape, a nightmare without end. The story begins with a meteorite crashing near a small town, unleashing a slimy, flesh-dissolving entity that quickly starts to consume everything in its path, prompting a group of teenagers to warn the townspeople as the blob grows larger and more deadly. Directed by Chuck Russell, who co-wrote the screenplay with Frank Darabont, this sci-fi horror remake of the 1958 classic that starred Steve McQueen amps up the horror and action with a darker narrative, unlike the original film, which had a slower pace and included more romantic elements. The best thing about the movie is the blob itself. With amazing practical effects, it's a menace throughout the film and shows no mercy to anyone. We have our badass final girl Shawnee Smith as Meg, Kevin Dillon as Brian, and Jeffrey DeMunn as the sheriff. The Blob is a masterful remake that respects the original while enhancing it with outstanding practical effects and a darker tone, making it one of the most underrated sci-fi horror movies of the 80s.
Oh my God! Look out! What are you doing? Okay, are you crazy? You almost got us killed.
I watched you very carefully. Red light stop, green light go, yellow light go, very fast.
As a star falls from the heavens, casting its light on a broken heart, a tale of love and loss begins in Starman. After an alien crash lands on Earth, takes on the appearance of a woman's recently deceased husband. As he tries to understand human emotions and culture,
Every goddamn place you go.
Take it easy.
Up yours.
with the help of Jenny, the alien must evade capture by government agents while making his way to a rendezvous point where he can return to his home planet. From the master of horror John Carpenter, the film presents a sci-fi romance tale of a cross-country adventure with excellent performances from Jeff Bridges and Karen Allen. The movie beautifully tells a love story with a sad undertone as it explores grief, all while defying conventions, as it's not a typical romance movie, with Carpenter's stylish direction and a touching musical score.
You find love.
Love is, it's when you care more for someone else than you do for yourself.
Even the darkest night holds the promise of a new dawn, as love's light shines brightest, no matter how light years apart, bridging worlds and hearts to beat as one.
Now I need an ear job. I'm dying here, dying.
Alex, what the hell's going on?
Louis, you're having a terrible nightmare. Go back to sleep. Louis!
In a small town where dreams seem as distant as the stars, a young man's extraordinary journey leads him to an interstellar battle for survival in the Last Starfighter. The story follows a teenager named Alex, stuck in a dead-end life at a trailer park, whose one escape is the video game Starfighter, at which he excels. Little does he know, the game is a recruitment test for an interstellar defense force. When he beats the game's high score, Alex is whisked away by Centauri, a mysterious alien, to defend the Star League against the evil Kodan Armada. Directed by Nick Castle, we have a wonderful coming-of-age story of an ordinary kid given the chance to become a hero, with weird alien mentors, adventures, space battles, and a lot of fun.
Classic military strategy. Surprise attack.
It'll be a slaughter!
That's the spirit!
No, my slaughter!
The film's story is simple but full of charm with great character development. It shows that it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from, as long as you believe in yourself when the time comes to rise above.
Listen, Centauri, I'm not any of those guys. I'm a kid from a trailer park.
If that's what you think, then that's all you'll ever be.
While the special effects might look dated by today's standards, the film was one of the first to use CGI extensively, paving the way for future films. Lance Guest delivers a charming performance as Alex, with standout performances from Robert Preston as Centauri and Dan O'Herlihy as Grigg, alongside Catherine Mary Stewart as Maggie. Sometimes an ordinary soul with courage and self-belief finds that even the stars are within reach, as no dream is too distant and no goal too far for those who dare to rise above. A new breed of criminal roams the streets of Los Angeles unseen, leaving chaos in its wake. As two unlikely allies unite, they must face an evil beyond their understanding to restore order in the hidden. The story follows a detective and an FBI agent as they investigate a series of bizarre crimes committed by seemingly normal citizens who are inexplicably driven to violence. We have Kyle MacLachlan as an FBI agent before heading to Twin Peaks, making a stop here to take on another strange case alongside Michael Nouri in a cop-buddy sci-fi horror film. Directed by Jack Shoulder, The Hidden is a perfect example of how low-budget sci-fi can deliver both entertainment and subtle social commentary, with a touch of dark humor thrown in for good measure.
Fuck off!
At first look, it may not seem like it, but the film is well written with some good twists and tight pacing. While it includes plenty of action, it avoids the pitfalls of many action movies that rely solely on constant big explosions, by also focusing on building tension and developing its characters. Whether it's Twin Peaks or not, it seems Kyle MacLachlan, no matter where he goes, can't escape the strange and unusual.
I guess a career in the police didn't really prepare you for this, did it?
Of course, the Drac was picking up a few words of English, too.
Shit.
Shit? What do you mean, shit?
No, solid.
Solid, I'll show you. Huh? Not solid.
Born on opposite sides of a brutal war, they were enemies because they were taught to be, allies because they had to be, and brothers because they dared to be in enemy mine. Set in the future during a prolonged space war between humans and an alien race known as Dracs, when a human and Drac soldier crash land on a desolate planet, they must put aside their deep-seated prejudices and work together to survive.
You saved my life. Why? Maybe I need to look at another face, even as ugly as yours.
Directed by Wolfgang Peterson and based on Barry B. Longyear's novella of the same name, we have a heartfelt story of friendship and overcoming prejudice in a sci-fi setting, with great performances by Louis Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid. The film is beautifully shot with a character-driven story that focuses on the relationship and struggles between the two leads, also throwing an unexpected twist and some humor.
Come on. Your Mickey Mouse is one big stupid dope.
Enemy Mine delivers a powerful message, demonstrating how two sworn enemies from different races can learn to put aside their ingrained prejudices and see beyond superficial differences to form a friendship. Thank you for watching, and for more underrated movies, be sure to subscribe to Underrated Cinema.